Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today we'll talk about capacity of trading channels in detail. First, I gave you an idea on the slides. Now we'll talk about in detail. So this is lecture number 36, week number 15. So the capacity of the trading channels can be divided into capacity of flat trading channels and then capacity of frequency selective trading channels. So we'll talk about flat trading channel first and then frequency selective later. So flat trading channel model as told before is given by Ym is equal to Hm into Xm plus Wm, where Hm is the trading process. If we assume that the average value or the expected value of Hm square is equal to 1, this is called normalization, and Wm is given by a complex normal distribution 0 and naught and IID, and also assume that the expected value of Xm square or the transmitted symbol is small or equal to P. So average received SNR is defined as P over N naught. So assume that the receiver knows HM, channel realization, and assume that the transmitter does not know the channel realization. So assume the transmitter only knows the statistical characteristics of channel, that is, example, Rayleigh fading model. So now let us consider two cases, slow fading and fast fading. The slow and fast fading are defined based on the relationship between coherence time and coding interval. So you know that from the previous lectures that if coding interval is smaller or equal to coherence time, we have slow fading. If coding interval is greater than coherence time, we have fast fading. So in practice, coding interval will be determined by the delay requirements of the applications. So the slow fading the channel gain Hm is equal to H for the coding interval, but H is random. H has different realization and it's a random variable. At any instant of time, it can have different realization or any instant of transmission. So Ym is equal to HCN01 Xm plus Wm. So the question is, can we transmit reliably at the rate R? For a given channel realization H, rates above log of 1 plus H square, I said this is a capacity, okay? This is the rate. So are not possible because the channel realization is not known. It can have a very low value. So at any instant of time, it can have a value which is brings the capacity or this equation to a very low value at that time in which H is in deep fade. So, for a given channel realization, the rates above these are not possible. So, therefore, whatever coding strategy is used by the transmitter, the decoding error probability cannot be made arbitrarily small. That is, cannot be made smaller than this probability. What is this probability? Probability of log of 1 plus h where SNR is smaller than R. Now, this is capacity is smaller than R. So, this probability cannot be made arbitrary small. So there is always a probability that this event would give some finite value and the probability would be not be equal to 0. There will always be some probability of error. So this event log of 1 plus h square and r is smaller than r is referred to as an outage event. This is called outage event. So and the probability of log of this event is called the outage probability. Why we are doing this? We are doing this because uh, we don't have a specific capacity definition for this scenario because H is random. So what the best you can do is just transmit an R, and if you get something at the receiver, fine. If you don't get something, then you are in outage. So that is why we defined a new capacity definition here, which is not simply log of 1 plus H square SNR. So we need to define a new concept which is called outage capacity. So for that you need to find out the outage probability first. So this is the definition of outage probability. P out is for given rate R is defined as the probability that this is smaller than R. So what you can do in outage when you have some finite outage probability? The best strategy could be that you encode at the transmitter assuming that the channel is strong enough to support R. If the channel is strong, probability of error is arbitrarily small. So it depends upon the realization of that channel. So if the channel is weak, we have outage. So what is the overall error probability? The overall error probability would be P outage this argument should be the minimum possible. So this argument should be the minimum possible. So for arbitrarily low probability of error, strict sense capacity is 0, because whenever this probability of log of 1 plus h square SNR is smaller than r, that is greater than 0. It has some probability. For all r greater than 0, the probability of deep fade is also greater than 0. So therefore we define outage capacity. So definition has to be changed. E outage capacity is the new definition. So what is this E outage capacity? The maximum rate of transmission R such that V out R is smaller or equal to E. Now for relay fading case, as we discussed in the slides, V outage R is equal to the probability of h square is smaller than 2 to the power r minus 1 divided by SNR, because h square is an exponential random variable. So if we find this probability with the integrals, so we will get 1 minus e to the power minus 2 to the power r minus 1 over SNR. So at higher SNR, exponential to the power minus x is approximately equal to 1 minus x for small x. Because SNR would be high, this would be 1 over SNR would be a small value. So e to the power minus x would be approximately equal to 1 minus x. So we have 1 minus 1 minus 2. This thing is equal to the power minus 1 SNR. So this is proportional to 1 over SNR. So error probability is proportional to 1 over SNR for large SNR. So we see that we also have diversity gain equal to 1. Let the CDF function fx is defined by the probability of h square greater than x. So this outage capacity would satisfy P outage C is equal to E. So P outage CE is equal to 1 minus F into F with the argument of 2 to the power CE epsilon minus 1 divided by SNR, that is equal to epsilon. So that brings us to this equation: 1 minus epsilon is equal to F with the argument of 2 to the power CE minus 1 divided by SNR. So C outage capacity at E outage capacity would be equal to log of 1 plus F inverse to 1 minus epsilon SNR bits per second per hertz. So if you compare it with AWGN capacity is given by log of 1 plus SNR. So we have this extra function, extra power that we require to be equal to the AWGN channel. So in fading channels, you need more power for a specific SNR. So E outage capacity of the slow fading channel with average signal to noise ratio SNR is given by CE. It's given by this equation. Now compare this with the capacity of AWGN channel with signal to noise ratio SNR. So this is the graph we have. This is CE. This is CAWGN graph. This is SNR margin, SNR axis. So this is the capacity loss compared to CE and CWGN. So this extra power or SNR is called the fade margin. CE is always smaller than CAWGN for given SNR. So for the same rate, CE is equal to CAWGN, this thing or this much more power is needed in the slow fading channel. This is called fade margin. So for the same SNR, CE is smaller than CAWGN. At higher SNR, we have this. CE is approximately equal to this thing, and then we have CAWGN minus log of this thing. So minus CE plus AWGN constant at higher SNR. So as SNR goes to infinity, so we get this thing CAWGN minus CE divided by CAWGN, it goes to 0. So at low SNR we have C epsilon is approximately equal to F inverse into 1 minus C SNR, approximately equal to 1 minus C CAWGN. For small e we have F minus 1 minus E is approximately equal to E, which implies that C is approximately equal to E CAWGN. So CAWGN minus C divided by CAWGN is approximately equal to 1 minus C is approximately equal to 1 for small e. That means that percentage loss in capacity is very high at low SNR and small at higher SNR. So fading has more significant impact at low SNR. So what we can do? So what we have if we have received diversity? So if we have received diversity, the outage probability for a given rate R is given by P log of 1 plus norm of h square into SNR. Frobenius norm of h square into SNR. First, it was simply a scalar h square, absolute value of scalar square, h square. Now it is the h is a vector because we have multiple receive antennas at the receiver. So the outage probability event or the event of outage for a given R is defined by this thing. That the capacity would be smaller than R for when we have a lot of receive antennas. So the probability, this can be manipulated into this form in which h square is smaller than 2 to the power r minus 1 over SNR. So outage capacity E is equal to log of 1 plus F inverse 1 minus E into SNR. But here Fx is probability of h vector square is greater than x. It is not simply h square greater than x. So at higher SNR, outage probability is approximately equal to the power r minus 1 to the whole power L divided by L factorial into SNR to the power L. So we have diversity gain to be equal to L. So at high SNR, outage capacity is approximately equal to log of F inverse 1 minus E plus log of SNR. At low SNR, we have F inverse 1 minus E to SNR. That is approximately equal to L factorial to the power 1 over L into E to the power 1 over L into SNR. For example, we have E is equal to 0.01 and L is equal to 2. And L factorial to the power L into epsilon to the power 1 over L is equal to 0.141. So for L is equal to 1, epsilon is equal to 0.01 at low SNR. C is approximately equal to 1% of AW. So with extra receive antenna, significant improvement at low SNR. We just added one receive antenna. We just added one receive antenna. L is equal to 2. We have CE to be equal to 14% of CAWG. So the fade margin is reduced now. So receive antennas give power gain and diversity. So for improvement of the fade margin, what we could do is use receive diversity and then the outage capacity can be improved. So for the transmit diversity, we would have the same result. So if we have multiple antennas at the transmitter and the channel is known at the transmitter, then for a given H, the capacity is log of 1 plus H square SNR. The same as that for system with multiple receive antennas. Results are same as for received diversity. But if the transmitter does not know the channel, what happens? Let us look at a case for Alamuti scheme, because if you remember when we talked about Alamuti scheme, for Alamuti scheme we don't need to know the transmitter may not know or transmitter does not know the channel statistics. Doesn't need to know the channel statistics. So we have a Alamuti encoder here, yeah. We have seen the Alamuti encoder with y1, y2 into h1, h2 with this space-time code. So we have this thing, r1 is equal to this thing, r2 is equal to this thing. So equivalent 1 by 1 model is given by r equal to h1 square into h2 square. For given h, capacity is given by log of 1 plus h square SNR divided by 2. So outage probability is given by log of 1 plus h square divided by 2. So only difference from the received diversity for the Alamuti case is that we have a 2 factor here because the total power cannot change. The total power is divided into two different antennas. So compared to the received diversity 1 by 2, there is power loss by a factor of 1 over 2. So 1 over L in the L11 in the L cross 1 case. So this is Alamuti in which we have 2 transmit antennas and 1 receive antenna. But if we have more than 2 transmitted antennas or L transmit antennas, then the power loss would be 1 over L. So for 2 by 1 case, it can be shown that the Alamuti scheme is optimal in the sense that it has a minimum outage probability. So for L cross 1 case, the outage probability is equal to P into log of 1 plus H square over L, SNR smaller than 1. So for for reasonably small values of outage probability, it is optimal to use all antennas. So for high outage probability, using fewer antennas with uniform power allocation may be optimal. That is very interesting. So another example is repetition code. So if we have repetition code, the outage probability would be given where the probability, this would be the outage event. 1 over L log of 1 plus x square into SNR is smaller than R. 1 over L because we are sending only one symbol in N transmissions. So we have now three things: the receive diversity, the transmit diversity, and the repetition code. Thank you very much.